Hi, and welcome to Kitchen Corner on Today with Paul. Welcome to the new kitchen, finally in working order. Took a little while, but we're going to get to our first project in here. But before we get started today, new beginnings here. Just so happens the river, as I like to call it, me and a buddy of mine would call it. Well, just so happens there's some other new beginnings out there, so I want to dedicate this episode to my former colleague, current friend, mentor, and I learned so much from this wonderful, wonderful person. I'd like to dedicate this episode to my good friend Nina. And so Nina, I hope you're having a great retirement out there. I hope everything's going smooth. If I know you well as I do, I know you're having all kinds of fun. So hope to see you soon. Don't be a stranger. Likewise, phone works both ways, right? Alright guys, well today we're going to do some stuffed portabella mushrooms, and this is a favorite of mine. Very simple. It's just amazing if you love mushrooms. It's so tasty and so simple. So let's get on with the recipe here. Of course, we got our nice recipe card as per usual. Hold that up nice and center. Go ahead and pause if you like. But as you can see, the maximum yield on this recipe is 6 large portabella mushroom caps. We're going to need a ½ pound of Italian sausage roll, 1 box of stovetop stuffing. I prefer the savory herb flavor. You use what you like. You're going to follow the instructions on that said box. Just so happens this one calls for 1½ cups of water, a 1/4 cup or half a stick of your average size butter or margarine stick, and of course we're going to bake uncovered at 300 for 30 minutes or until your mushroom is tender. So anyways, reason I say until tender is because I'm working on a gas stove here. I love this thing. I've been missing gas stove oven combination for 8-9 years now and I've missed it so much. It's just incredible the difference it makes, especially with these beautiful cast iron. You gotta love it. So speaking of which, we're gonna go ahead and heat up our cast iron here while we're waiting. Ignition there, and I come to find out, don't actually need it too high. It's amazing what the actual fire underneath your pan or your skillet's going to actually do. Especially with this cast iron, you finally get even heat compared to the coil systems they've been using on the show in the past. So while we got that preheating, always preheat your skillets out there. Just like an oven, they say that's how you actually utilize your non-stick portion advantage of the cast iron and that sort of thing. So get preheated. We'll go ahead and show off the ingredients. Here's our margarine already pre-cut. As you know, we mise en place it on this show. I say maximum yield of 6 portabellas. Well, I've only got 2 large portabella mushroom caps here. You're gonna do however many you like. And that's why I say maximum yield, because maybe you just want to make 4. And then and actually turns out the stuffing that goes in here, the mixture is actually pretty tasty on its own. Maybe you want to stuff something different also, maybe a squash or something like that. So we got that. Already got a pre-cut ½ pound of Italian sausage roll right there. That's what we're going to be rolling with first, no pun intended. Of course, we got pre-measured. Like I say, don't do things that waste your time or my time on camera here. That's boring to watch. Measuring water. Oh wow, might as well watch paint dry. So how about that? And of course we got our stuffing mix. I love how fast this stuff does up. Hey, if you want to make your own stuffing, go for it. Just one more extra step. But hey, it's just that much better depending on your taste or how well you are as a cook. So we got that going. Go ahead and unwrap this. Now, mise en place it. It's not that I would naturally go ahead and say, oh, I just need a ½ pound of this. It just so happens it's easier to go ahead and make up some tasters, if you will, ahead of time for this show. So I just happen to have that because I've already made the stuffing. But we're gonna go ahead and do it. Do what you like. But as for me, there's certain ways. I like to peel this so it's easy as possible. I got me the old little V-neck shirt kind of thing going there for mine. And I'm gonna plop that in there. I like to do my Italian sausage, my hamburger in general, if I'm making a ground hamburger in this fashion where I'm chopping it up and making it nice and small little bits. I like to get really small. In fact, any one of you out there may have heard of the what do they call that hamburger sandwich? It's a loose meat sandwich. You might have heard of made right. I like to make the consistency of made right with mine. Works pretty well that way. Now, I've actually tried this recipe previous, covered, and I used to cover it all the time. Unfortunately, when we cover it, it looks terrible when you're done. Absolutely terrible. And so that's why I started changing my methodology. What you're gonna get is the mushroom itself still gonna be solid, yet tender, and all your stuffing is gonna be staying right inside. Pretty nice. We're gonna get this cranked up a little bit. It's fun and all to, yeah, I can hear that gas working. Man, I love this gas stovetop. Just for illustrative purposes, I don't want to take too much time doing this. Well, it might not be as little as I'd like, but we're not going to try to make this thing feature length. So while that's doing up this thing a little bit, let's go ahead and get our stuffing going. We're going to have to get our water boiling as per instructions. We'll go ahead and show you those. Pretty easy. It's going to be pretty similar. This is generic brand, but stovetop and all that all works pretty much about the same. So we're going to get some water boiling here. And you get your water boiling, ignition, there we go. We're gonna go on high, just pour that water right on in. Here's some sizzle sizzle Italian sausage finally. I like that. That means we're good to go. We're getting off to a good start here. Put your butter in the water and you're just gonna get boiling. You want that butter to be nice and melted. Go ahead and get us a spoon and a spoon rest. I did neglect to do that for mise en place in it, so most of it's ready. Can't be too harsh on yourself. And of course, have a nice little lid handy, because after we get done boiling this water with the butter in it, we're going to dump in our stuffing pouch, and then we're going to stir and cover for a little while. Be mindful of your meat here. You don't want it to get out of hand on you. Keep control of the consistency you want. Oh yeah, that's browning up pretty quickly. Heck, I don't know. Might have a race between the Italian sausage and the stovetop water. See what comes out first. Oh yeah, that's doing up really fast. Grab a nice little stirring spoon for us to do. There you go. And while I'm thinking about it, I might as well go ahead and grab a nice little tasting plate for when we get some out of the oven over here. Oh yeah, smell that sausage cooking up. Smells delicious. Of course, the other reason I like cast iron, I got some nice grease going on here. It's a very processed kind of cookware. You're gonna see that season build up time after time after cook after cook. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Man, I think the sausage is about done over here. Look at that. Hear that sizzle sizzle, look at that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna call it. I like it. Go ahead and bring this down. Now be mindful, a little lesson learned on my part. This is a pot handle that's not a solid one. It's actually got airflow in between, but unlike the electric spiral metal stove top, this thing seems to heat up pretty quickly when it's on top of some high heat, so be aware of that. It's my first time in 9 years playing with gas stove tops, so as excited as I am, lessons learned, hopefully not the hard way, right? So I'll get a nice pot holder for that. Handy dandy pot holder there. Okay, while that's doing up, let's play around with these mushrooms here. Now, I just so happen to have another cast iron I'm going to pop those bad boys into when we're ready for it. But look at those nice large Portabella mushrooms there. That is beautiful. And let's go ahead and break them open. Oh yeah, beautiful. Just your typical thing. Now a lot of people, they, well not a lot of people, very fine cuisine connoisseurs of food, they call them I don't know, we'll just go with what I said already. They say you don't wash a mushroom. They actually do make purpose-built brushes to brush off any debris. Well, it's like my friend says, my colleague at work, he says, I don't care. I know how these are grown, and I'm going to be washing it no matter what. So we're going to go ahead and get these nice little wash. Now you see the stem in there, we're going to break that off. But we're also going to cook that too, because that's some good eating right there. So we'll go ahead and take care of this. We've got some boiling water over there. We'll take care of that in due time. One mushroom. And two, there you go. Nice and done. We'll go ahead and grab this water, turn off our stove top there, grab our box of stove top, and keep a pair of scissors handy. Seems like they like to really keep these packages sealed. And again, dump, stir. Oh yeah, nice and hot. See, I'm learning. I'm learning every day. I'm learning. I'm working. We'll be working. There you go. Look at that. We'll just let that sit for a little bit with the lid on there, as they suggest. A little bit of resting, a little bit of resting because it's worked so hard. How about that? Okay, well, we're going to do that real quick. Why not just a little beverage for the cook? Ah, tasty. Very nice. Okay. I feel like I may have waited just enough on this. Now, typically, you're going to wait a little bit longer, but for filming purposes, we're going to go ahead and stir in our Italian sausage and get these bad boys done. Go ahead and pop that in there just for fun. I don't know why. I saw it. I thought of it. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. Safety first. Pot holder on the skillet here as well. I say, not a very difficult recipe, not by a long shot, and hardly homemade. But simplicity can be so delicious. Man, I wish you could smell this at home. That is nice. Look at all that steam on there. Alright, grab you up a mushroom. If you let this rest and cool for a while, that's perfect. In today's case, we're just going to use a spoon to stuff it. I like to create like a little mound on there. Typically, I want a little bit, quite a bit of substance rather. And, oh yeah, that's looking nice. Look at that. Just beautiful. Now, mushrooms are pretty tender as it were. They're fairly soft food rather. So it doesn't take long to get tender rather. So, yeah, that's why 30 minutes. Hey, You know, maybe your electric oven, maybe your gas oven is just a little different than mine. Get to know your equipment out there. Very important in cooking, to know your equipment. Very important in a lot of fields, actually. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and number 2 looks lovely. All right, we're gonna go ahead. Now I'm using a cast iron here, and this cast iron back here for the oven is not preheated. I did that on purpose. I do not want it preheated. I don't want to burn the bottom of the mushroom. I want the whole, well, seems that most of it will come up to temperature around the same time from the top of the mushroom down to the bottom, so I prefer that. Go ahead and pop it in your preheated oven at 300 degrees. You might be seeing it right here. So anyways, preheated oven, popping that way in, and like I said, just so happened I have some pre-made ones right here. Already got a couple right there to serve up. Just a quick preheat on that, and let's see what we got here. Certainly looks good. Come on. This one's a little loosey-goosey. There we go. Oh yeah, I can see that steam coming off. Doesn't take very long, does it? You can see that right there. Look at all that steam coming off. That's beautiful. All right. Very good, very good. Just delicious. I want to thank you all for coming back here on Kitchen Corner on Today with Paul. Nice to get back in the saddle again. It's been a while. I'm very happy to bring to you this simple, delicious dish. So, as always, thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Peace.